What's up, YouTube? My name is Joe Jones. This is the Cup of Joe show you're watching, and this is your daily dosage. So today, guys, I want to talk to you guys about going to my first cookout. And we all know what the cookout is, so no need to jump into what it is and all that. If you're watching this, you probably already know what it is. And it started off, let's see, I was 20 years old. Yeah, I was 20 years old. My daughter was still really a newborn. She was probably just a few months old. And my wife at the time, she's now my ex-wife, but my wife, she was raised in foster care. And some foster parents that she had years back, when she was a little girl, they were having a family reunion. And somehow I guess she had came across that on Facebook or something like that. And she seen it and basically commented, and she's like, yeah, we want to come down there. So I guess they were like, yeah, y'all go ahead and come on down, her and her sister, and reconnect or whatever. So with me being her husband, that kind of involved me, because when you're married, you kind of just have to go along with stuff. Whoever you marry, their family then kind of becomes your family, and you get sucked into that type of stuff. So I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm going too. I don't know who these people are, but I'm excited to meet them. I heard a lot of good things about them, and I was excited to go down there. The family reunion / cookout was being held in a place called Cameron, Texas. It's about, I don't know, looking back, it was probably like 3.5-4 hour drive down there from Dallas up here. It's kind of like southeast Texas. So we get in the car, get the kid, we go down there, drive all the way down there. My first impression of Cameron, Texas was we're out in BFE. There's like nothing around the whole way there. Not many gas stations once you get to a certain spot on the trip. So that was kind of scary. If you break down, there's nobody. So we get down there. I meet the guy who raised her and his wife, and they're really nice. I can't say anything bad about them. They were really nice people. I believe his name was Ed or Edward, something like that. And there's not really many people there. Just a few people that were showing up. We walk inside the house, and there's people like bringing the foil pans and stuff, and they're setting up on the inside, setting up all the food inside of the house. And I didn't really stay in the house very long. I kind of felt uncomfortable. I'm in person, I'm kind of shy, so I don't really do good like around big groups and stuff. So didn't really know anyone, so kind of wanted to get out of that situation and go outside. So I went outside. At the time I was a smoker, so I'm out there just kind of chain smoking, looking around, watching everybody pulling up. And my wife and sister-in-law at the time, they are in the house still, chit-chatting with the family and all that side of the family over there. And I'm out there just kind of alone. More people start showing up and stuff, and they're kind of looking over at me like, who the heck is this dude? And he's not part of our family. And the thing was, like, they had no idea who I was, because they didn't even know who my wife was. Like I said, she was just a foster kid that was years ago. Peggy and Ed, that was their names. Peggy and Ed had raised them for a very short period of time in Corsicana, Texas. That's where I'm originally from as well. But so there's more people are showing up, everybody shaking hands and stuff, and I'm kind of just standing in the yard here. This white dude who's at this black family reunion / cookout. And so people are kind of starting to stare over and look over at me like, who is this guy? And I'm just sitting there constantly, just smoking, waiting for my wife or somebody to come out that I know, and they're in the house. Everything was cool. We go and get the food and stuff. The food was absolutely amazing. That was the first time I had ever really tried like soul food. So ever since then, from that day on, I cook soul food now. Like, I fry the best chicken, like, man, I don't mean to brag, but I really don't know anyone who fries chicken better than me. I like greens, mixed greens, collard greens, mustard greens, all that. It is freaking awesome. So that was a really good thing about this cookout. It turned me on to soul food and stuff like that at a pretty young age. After that, so we make our plates, we're kind of eating and stuff, standing outside. There's a decent crowd outside of the house. Everybody's talking and doing what they do at a cookout and a family reunion. Everything was fine until people start drinking and smoking weed. Once everybody started drinking and stuff, I was kind of drinking too a little bit. I'd go over there to the cooler. I wasn't old enough to be doing that, but I'd go get me a little beer, just kind of standing off on my own again. And my wife and sister-in-law went back in the house. And then the music comes on. They start playing music, and stuff just starts getting really crunk, Stuff just starts getting real, everybody's having a real good time. People are getting loud, stuff like that. About an hour goes by. I still haven't seen my wife. I'm out there in the sun at this point, wearing a shirt like this, burning up, still smoking. And then this heavier set guy comes over, because I'm kind of standing by the grill at this point, by the dude that's kind of barbecuing still. And this heavier set guy looks at me, and he's got one eye closed because he's so drunk. He's so messed up. He's like drunk and high, so he's cross-faded, right? And he's like got a beer in his hand, and he's like, "Hey, wait a minute." And he's like, "You ain't part of this family." And he's like, Who are you with?" And I was like, I'm with, where'd she go? I was like, my wife is somewhere around here. And they're like, "We ain't got no white people in this family." And I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm not part of the family, so to say. I'm just kind of," and I'm trying to explain, like, "Oh, my wife's name is this," and they're like, "We don't know anybody by that name." I'm like, "Well, I know you guys don't know her, but," and I couldn't think of the foster parent's name. I was like, somebody here had foster kids, and they were my wife's foster parents, and I guess like they didn't know that these people, Peggy and Ed, were foster parents at some time in their lives, and they're like, no, there ain't nobody here that's been foster parents, and who the hell are you? So now there's like a little group getting around me. This guy's like calling people over, like, hey, get over here. And they're like, who is this MF, or who is this guy? And what are you doing here? So now I've got like 5 or 6 people surrounded me, and everybody's drunk, and everybody just got really mad that I was there, because I guess I just was not wanted. Once everybody got drunk, so I guess you got to blame it on the alcohol. Sometimes alcohol makes people really angry. But yeah, they was mad. They was mad that I was at their cookout, at their family reunion, and thank God my sister-in-law walks out of the house at that point after like an hour, and I'm like, "Oh shit, dude, I'm trying to explain to these people, but they're drunk and they don't know who I am. They don't even know, like, I don't even know what the hell I'm doing at this point. I'm just like, I'm just trying to defend myself, and I'm like, I'm about to get shit beat out of me. I've got to get out of here." And so then my sister-in-law finally comes out, and she sees what's going on. She sees I'm about to get the shit beat out of me. And so she's like, "Hey, what's going on over here?" And then they're like, "Who the hell are you? Blah, blah, blah. You ain't part of this family either." And she's like, "Yeah, this is my sister's husband." And, they're like, "We don't know y'all. Y'all don't even need to be here. This is our family reunion. This is not for other people outside of this family." So my wife and daughter finally come out of the house, and she sees what's going on. At this point, I have like been escorted to the car by my sister-in-law. She's like, "Look, let's just get you in the car so you don't get the crap beat out of you. Let's just get out of here." She's like, I'll go get, my sister. But at that point in time, her sister was already walking out. And for some reason, I can't remember why, but I did not have a cell phone on me. So it was the most awkward thing, like being stuck in any situation where you don't know anybody. You're at someone's family reunion or / cookout, and everybody's talking to each other but you. And nobody's talking to you. And I'm already shy, like I said. I don't know any damn body, and I'm just like, okay, you know, I'm like 500 miles away from home. We're out here in the middle of nowhere, out here in the country, so far out, and I'm about to get killed, you know? So, but other than that, you know, we got in the car and just left. Didn't really tell anybody bye. Things were just kind of getting a little too heated. You know, it was time for me to get my white ass out of there. So, you know, and that's not to say that, you know, for any white person that goes to a all black, you know, family reunion or cookout, you know, things might not be that way for you. And I don't really think that it was so much that it was my skin color. I think that it was just like, you know, hey, you're not part of the family, and this is more of a family reunion cookout, so you shouldn't be here. And I think I blame it a lot on the alcohol, you know. Because nobody had a problem with me before anybody started drinking. You know, nobody talked to me, but nobody was telling me to get the F out of there and get off their property. So I don't want that to discourage anybody that's watching this video, that, you know, you may be in an interracial relationship like I've always been, and, you know, you may have like Thanksgiving coming up or some family reunion, or just somebody wants you to go to a cookout with them. Don't take this and be like, oh, this is going to happen to me, because it's not. You know, chances are it's not. I've been to a ton of, you know, all black cookouts since then, and I've been treated fine. You know, I've been treated amazing by people. So this was not to discourage anybody from that or anything like that. You know, it doesn't matter if you're black or white or red or brown, whatever. You know, it's usually always a good time when you get a lot of people together and you just have a freaking feast. You know, just have a cookout, man. It's awesome stuff. It's good vibes. As long as you show up and you're a good person and you're chilled, you're not starting no shit with nobody, there's not going to be no shit with nobody. You know, 99% of the time. I was just in a 1% chance that I got caught up in some crap like that. But other than that, guys, my name is Joe Jones. This is the Cup of Joe Show. This has been your daily dosage. Let me know in the comments if you've had a similar situation. Maybe you're black and you went to an all-white cookout and you went through some shit that was like Get Out or something. So, or vice versa. So let me know in the comments if you've ever been to a cookout with the opposite race and things didn't really go too well for you. Other than that, guys, until next time, thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like this video as well.